Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. Ever since the rearrest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra (IPOB), there have been mixed reactions depending on which side of the fence you belong. Some persons seem to be super excited that finally Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who usually uses his platform, to propagate words that either incite or disintegrate the country one way or the other. They are like, finally, that he has been caught and there will be peace once again. While there are other persons who felt it wasn't right the way he was brought back, he was adopted, and the fact that he was using his platform to propagate the word of truth, and the government of the day wasn't liking it, and hence they feel that the right things should be done. Some persons are asking for protest, others are saying remain calm, let true justice prevail, and all that. There has been the mixed reactions coming from different camps of the country. Some are for, some have been against. But in all fairness, a lot of Nigerians have been divided on this opinion, and some persons are saying, finally, now that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been caught, then IPOB drive and push for Biafra will go down to the barest minimum, and probably, just maybe, the ideology of Biafra will finally go down the drain. But as we speak, things are changing. IPOB, that's Indigenous People of Biafra organogram, have started changing. It looks like maybe the glory of the latter house may end up becoming greater than the glory of the former house, as the organogram is changing. The persons that are being put into place seem to be people who are a bit more radical, more learned, more vast with the law, which means the situation is actually changing. Will I call it for the better or for the worse? Depends on which side of the fence you belong. But before we go to the newspaper to find out what it is that IPOB have done that may likely give some persons sleepless nights, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Well, this is coming from the man who has been replaced himself, not really replaced, he's sitting in as he wrote officially that our leader, I'm reading his quotations now, then we're going to find out who this person is and why he is going to be a cause of worry for some persons. So our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, on this day, the 8th of July 2021, directed that I, Simeon Ekpa, should start broadcasting from Radio Biafra with immediate effect. On this note, it is an honor and at the same time a call to service, a call to serve Biafra nation, and a call to serve lovers of freedom. This task I will do with everything in me to see that we maintain the momentum and the legacy of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Indigenous People of Biafra (IPOB). I will serve with everything in me, and I will double my effort in media. I will double my effort in diplomacy. I will double my efforts and every other places and otherwise to the best interest of Biafra people. I am just a servant and I will serve. Our leader will continue to lead this struggle, okay? From wherever he is. I am Simeon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's disciple on Biafra restoration. Now, I'm going to emphasize on this particular phrase he said, caught my attention. It's a clause actually. He said, sentence rather, I am just a servant and I will continue to serve. He said, our leader will continue to lead the struggle, which means he is not replacing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He's standing in brief. This world is serious. Now, if you think, okay, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been captured, there's another person sitting in now. Those will probably be doing probably the same thing he does. So like somebody had to say, like a former Kaduna State military governor said, he said, look, it's an ideology. You don't shuffle it. You don't try to bring them out, dialogue it. He said it's not as if he's standing for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but he's just saying there are better ways to go about this. That during the Yakubu Gowon's time and after the Civil War, they declared no victor, no vanquish. They tried to reabsorb Indibo back into the society so that they will feel among, so that the ideology of Biafra would not rise again. Hence that word never again. But where things are going, if the ideology is bettered, even if you take one man down, the ideology is still strong. People are hearing it, people are listening to it. So it's better to be on the safer side, to be on God's side, is to dialogue, bring them into the reabsorb them, bring them into the system. If there can be amnesty for herdsmen, bandits, the amnesty for Boko Haram, why are we still treating, treating these guys who are asking for a separate country? Look at the constitution. What does it say about separation of, trying to leave the country? Find out why they're trying to leave. Dialogue with them, have some sort of diplomatic relationship with them, and find out how they can be reabsorbed or their minds can be changed. That way we will not have a situation in our hands. But too much first, too much may get us all worked up, and we may not get the exact reactions we're looking for. These are some of the points here and there that the former Kaduna State governor, military governor, mentioned. Just trying to summarize some of the statements he made that caught a lot of people's attention. But some of us are wondering, who is this Simon Ekpa really, and why is he such? Why is there so much noise about the fact that he's replacing, or he is standing in for the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra now that he's undergoing trial? Well, Simeon Ekpa happened to be an LLM, Master of Laws, a human rights activist, a CEO, a senior legal advisor, a legal researcher, an author, analyst, Finnish politician, Biafra agitator, and a Finnish military reserve. One individual may die for an idea, he said. So, but the idea will after his death incarnate itself in 1,000 lives. What they're trying to say is that Biafra actualization, or Biafra itself, is not a one-man thing. It's an ideology, and in as much as it has been passed on from generation to generation, it will really not die. It's just a matter of time. So, but there have been so much reactions on social media. Another, if you have ever heard him talk, you will know that that man is truly a Mazi Nnamdi Kanu disciple. If you've ever heard him speak, and don't forget he's also a lawyer. So I guess he knows his onions. I guess he knows where jurisdictions stop or where jurisdictions begins. And now some persons have been saying now that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been detained, that I guess some of these platforms will remain dead, and nobody is going to be using it. But to a lot of people's surprise, there's still coming some one or two postings from some of his social media platforms, and now he's taking over Radio Biafra, which means those very things that made Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being captured at the first instance anyway, some of those wordings, but I feel that him being a legal practitioner, he would also be mindful of some of the wordings, okay, knowing fully well that he knows where the jurisdiction of the law stops and where he's beginning. He knows where his right starts and where it stops. Okay, so I guess he would apply his career knowledge to all this, but in all, he has promised to serve his people in all fairness. Well, we're going to be giving you updates on that as soon as more things updates comes up on that. That's we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section, please. What's your take? Do have